So how do you, Higgs? How do you know this guy?
Me and Randy, we did we smuggled in some what we knew to be uh, China dolls, but inside of these China dolls was actually contraband, and we didn't know
Hmm.
that. And so
Right.
the
Okay.
job went bad afterwards. But me and Randy were the only two people that got out alive
Hmm.
from the whole
Okay.
deal.
Cool.
Mm.
All right. So I think he remembers that fondly, and like maybe he owes you one for getting him out
Yeah,
of
because
here.
I'm the one that drove. I'm the one that drove and got us out
Totally.
of there. Yeah,
You're the wheelman. Okay, cool.
something
So
like that.
make a note on your character sheet that Randy on Andoni is a contact. If you need to roll that roll again to find him, you
Yeah,
get a +1.
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Randy +1. Okay,
All right.
cool.
So Piani, you get a connection on the compad. And where's Randy from? Is he from here? Is he from like same place you are?
He's a Southern gentleman from
Okay.
Assa.
All right. Piani, do you have like a caller ID on your phone or anything? Like, would he be able to know who it is before he picks up?
Fuck no.
All right. All right. So the connection starts. He's like, "Who fucks this?"
Randy! Randy, this is Priani. You know this
Hey,
bloke Wilbur.
hey, Randy, it's Randy.
Yeah. The one that lost his pants the one time. Yeah, that's
Randy,
him.
my
He
pants
needs
got
your,
that.
he needs your
Randy,
help.
we need your help.
So he's like, "What you on about? I don't know no fucking Wilbur."
You know Wilbur Higgins.
Oh shit, yeah, Higgs. I know that guy. What he doing on this planet?
Well, he needs your help.
Oh yeah,
Pull
chickens
over
come
the
home.
vehicle. Wow.
Chickens come home to roost, huh?
Yes.
That the cops I hear in the background.
It sure is.
Oh, them fucking pigs. You need a place to hide out?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. Check your phone. And there's like a pinging sound. And
that Randy
there's
always was a
directions.
nice Southern
Randy,
gentleman.
don't add me on Facebook. Thank you very much for the information.
So you can tell he's already looking you up on Facebook. He's like, "Oh, girl, you fine."
12 likes, 13.
Yeah,
Click.
yeah, 13. You
Click.
get a friend request. He's like, "You come to my garage anytime."
Click.
All right, so you have directions now to Randy's like safe house. So he'll hide you out. So if you want to, Higgs, you guys got a choice. So Sicarian and Kovacs, you guys are still like pinned by the light, and the cops are getting more aggressive. They're like, "Pull over, or we'll be forced to open fire." Higgs, you can try and outrun them in your like beat up like junk wagon.
Yeah, I put my foot to the floor and it goes like a mile per hour faster.
pretty much.
Yeah. People are
or, like,
walking by faster. I'm just like, shit.
Sicarian, you could try and like warning shot them, or you could just try and shoot the vehicle out of the sky. Like you can't see it right now.
All right,
No, I'm
let's-
not shooting out.
or you can come up with some other alternative plan.
Do we
If
still
he's-
have the blanket?
Yeah, it's over top of the thing.
I'm spotting for like someone to lean out and shoot, or if there's some kind of weapon console or something like that. But
Okay.
I'm not shooting it.
We can set the blanket on fire
Oh my god.
and throw it at the police officer.
What are we gonna do? Throw it 50 feet in the air at the police hovercraft tailing us? No.
I thought you were a fucking scientist. You throw it in the air, won't they just run
Yeah,
into
he's a
it?
scientist enough to know that shit's gonna fucking catch on fire and burn, you idiot. It's not gonna do
As
anything.
she says this, I look at her and I'm like, Yanni, you are dumb as a brick.
Astrogation wouldn't let me like overdrive the grav lift on this thing, would it?
I don't know. I don't think so. What is it? It's tech astronautic. No, anything related to spacecraft.
spacecraft.
Yeah. So if you're trying to overload your like spike drive or something, sure. But no, this. Yeah. This would be.
All right, guys, I got nothing, and all
Post.
I've got on me is this shitty semi-automatic pistol. I don't even know if I can hit that fucking thing. We got to do something.
How far away are they from us, Adam? If I look in in the rearview mirror.
So you can't see them in the review because they're up above you. The thing is, you do see that like you've got occasional cover from because there's a lot of these like gangplanks and like walkways above you. So the searchlight is flickering as you pass under them. So they're like up above you, maybe like I don't know, like a story and a half. They're coming in quite close, but they can't get right in because there's all these like gangplanks over the top.
Have we figured out how far this place is from where we're at?
At top speed, maybe like 10 minutes.
And we know that once we go in there, they're like, our understanding is that once we go in there, we're good.
If you can lose them, like if they just follow you there, they'll be like, "Come out of the garage."
Yeah.
We know you're in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, so I'm just like.
So your best bet might be to abandon the vehicle and get to go there on foot, because it'll be a lot harder for a flying vehicle to find you if you like duck into the alleys between all these like factories and.
What's the plan, Mr. Higgins?
With the crate?
Mr.
You know
S,
what we could do? We could take the crate off the vehicle, leave the blanket on the vehicle so it looks like the vehicle still has something on it, and then just jam the gas so it just flies on ahead and crashes.
Are there any
or something.
They're
overpasses?
directly above us. They're going to see us do all of these things.
Are there
No,
any
there's this stuff in the way. We can like do it in a spot when there's a break where they can't
if
see
there's
us
an
directly.
overpass where they won't
Yes.
have a line of sight on us, I say we stop in there. I'm like, you got a good idea. We should go right up here. We'll stop. Everyone load. Leave a blanket inside. You guys go over there. I'll jam something in the accelerator, and it'll just keep going. They'll think it's that. I think that's
And
it.
it'll go from being a manned craft to an unmanned one, but we think the cops will chase this empty craft.
I mean, the road
Well,
looks
it'll
pretty
give us
straight
a
up
moment
there.
to get away.
The road looks
And then we
straight,
have
Mr. S.
We'll be encumbered by an object that we need to all carry together.
Mr. S, what, you want to just shoot it?
I'm not seeing any other plan.
We could
The
all
plan
get
is-
off. You could ride on it and shoot it from the sky.
That's the only idea that's worse than the one you originally came up with.
I'm like, Mr.
Just-
S, you don't have to be so. He is. Just go in and shoot the damn thing. I'll get us there. We need to lose this. We need to get out. Just buy me 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I'll lose them.
We can definitely try to shoot down the cops. I think that might give us a very short window to get out of sight before more cops come.
Ah, you are a scientist. Very good. I look
All right.
around and I'm looking at the object. I don't understand. I mean, I guess I understand military technology, but I wouldn't necessarily understand the cop vehicle, right?
The only problem is you just can't see it, right? Because you're in the dark and they're shining a really bright light in your face. So if the light was off, you could maybe see it,
Yeah,
but you can't.
I'll fire
right
into the light then, I guess.
now. Yeah, you just want to take a shot at it. Okay. All right. So its armor is 6, same roll as before.
D20 plus 9.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. So you miss. You don't hit the vehicle, but they do have to bank to avoid the plasma pulse. And yeah, you can see it's essentially like a helicopter, but instead of like a main rotor, it's got like rotors in the wings. And it tilts to one side, and the light comes off of you and goes off onto a building. And then now you have Higgs. You have a chance. You guys are out of the spotlight
Can I
now.
use stealth?
You have a chance to find somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm totally doing that.
Okay. Go for it.
Pull off
So
the road.
So
the
my
higher
stealth
the
is-
higher you get.
They're Canadian police again, so they're like, "Hey, don't do that again."
Yeah, they
Could
don't
you
even
not do that,
They
please?
they don't even follow you. They're like, all right then, just stay out of trouble, and we'll be seeing you. Have a good day, everybody.
So I'm rolling +1 for stealth. Is a charisma
Yes.
part of stealth or no?
This one, you could roll int or dex maybe, because you're using your like
Well, if I
ability
roll
to drive.
Adam, the only +1 I have is charisma. So
Okay, no, charisma is not going to help you. So just roll +0.
Well, it's +1 because I have 1 stealth. What's
Okay,
the score I need?
The higher you get, the harder it's going to be for them to find you.
Okay.
Rather than rolling against
8?
it, I'll just say, okay, cool. So
I'd like to
you've got-
actually re-roll that with my special ability.
Well,
Yeah,
that's a success. Don't reroll
It is, but I could get higher than that.
Oh,
could
for
also fail.
fuck's
Get lower
sakes.
than that.
Does it
Fucking wanker.
take the better of the two? Or
It
does
takes
it
the
take
it
the
takes the second
roll
no
must
matter
be
what.
used. Yeah.
You know what? An 8's pretty good. I'll stick with it.
And it's pretty good, yeah. Seven's a success. This will buy you enough time to get to Randy's place.
But wait a second. Let's think about it. Could get to Randy's place faster if we.
I didn't know that it was a guaranteed
Randy is
success.
pretty cool.
Well, it's not that it's a guaranteed success. It's like if you would roll a 13, you would have gotten to Randy's with like 3 hours to kill. As it is, you'll get there with enough time to like reconfigure your stuff and then
Okay.
get back on the road. Like
Yeah,
Have
the
swap
cops
vehicles
will
and get out.
Got
the
it.
cops
Hot
will
dog.
find you, but
Okay.
okay.
I stealth.
All right, so we'll like diagonal wipe to the outside of a unassuming-looking garage near a warehouse. You're maybe 2 stories down from. You can see the sort of silver line of the highway curving up above you towards the spaceport. But you guys are down in the like industrial district, and you're outside the this big door to a garage that at first glance would be used to store like trucks, like shipping trucks.
Okay.
And there's someone standing outside. Higgs, you see him first because you pull up your headlights, sort of follow on this person. And yeah, he's just dressed as like a factory worker. He's got like a jumpsuit, like a gray jumpsuit. He's got like a cap on. And he waves when he sees you, and the door kind of starts to open.
Yeah, I wave back or put my hand up outside the window and drive in.
All right. So as you drive by, he's like standing on the driver's side, and he sees you. He's like, "Oh shit, Higgs."
I'm just like, Randy, now's not the time. Look, get the fuck inside, Randy.
he leans over as you drive by and like looks at Piani.
She'll be inside when we get in there, Randy. You can meet her then.
He follows you in. So Sicarian, do you still have your weapon out?
No, I mean after I see that we evaded them, I put it underneath my jacket.
Cool. All right. So you get inside. There's a bunch of floodlights from above. It's basically like a garage. There's like a grav car up on like a platform with like a work area underneath. There's a bunch of toolkits, and then there's like a robot mechanic like device kind of like just moving around that's like cleaning up one of the benches in the background. So the door closes behind you, and and Randy's just kind of waiting for you guys to get out and climb off the back of the truck.
I look over at Piani. I'm just like, now, Piani, you stand next to Mr. S and be careful, all right? You keep your hands to yourself. Don't speak. Just let him do whatever he's gonna do.
So what does Randy look like, Higgs?
Randy looks like Randy from South Park.
All right.
He's got just a white T-shirt on. It's got some food stains on it. Like he seems to be a not so classy guy.
Okay.
He's the guy that you would do a smuggling run with.
Cool. Okay.
Randy,
All right.
I want to thank you for helping out myself and our associates. Appreciate it.
He extends his hand to like shake your hand.
I shake it.
Okay.
Never breaking eye contact, by the way. Like a
Okay.
motherfucking stone cold killer.
All right. He looks at you uncomfortably, then looks at the floor, then looks at you again, and then kind of says to Higgs, he's like, well, shucks. I mean, I owed Higgs one, and well, I mean, I do what I can. This place has gotten real bad.
Well,
in fact, I heard, and he says to Higgs, he's like, I heard you had your own ship. Maybe we can make a deal here, Higgs.
well, what's the deal?
Well, see, it's gotten real hard to get on or off this planet these days, and I don't want to be here no more. Maybe you could help me out with that.
Well, I mean, Randy, I might have to owe you one. We gotta get to the ship.
My eyes turn a little bit more of a shade of green than normal. And I say, Mr. Higgins, please. Randy, it just so happens we are in the business of getting people off of planets, of course, for a price.
I look at him and then look back over at Randy, and I'm just kind of like waiting for a response, kind of dumbfounded.
Now,
I
you
say-
have done us
I say-
a great service by getting us here, so of course we'll discount it. But normally, getting people off planets and smuggling them to safety is anywhere in the realm of 20 to 40,000 credits.
He kind of squints. He's like, "Shit, I ain't got that much money." He looks
Well,
at
what do you
Higgs.
have?
He says, "Well,
This is a
Riley-
different voice, by the way. You've never heard Sicarian talk like this. It's like
nice,
gentle, almost.
Gentle.
He says, "Well, I reckon you're looking for a safe way to the spaceport. I could help you with that. I get you to your ship. You get me off the planet."
I look at Sick and I'm like, well, Mr. S, that sounds pretty good to me.
Maintenance fees too. Fucking maintenance fees.
I'll tell you what. That's not a bad deal, and of course I'll discuss with the associates, but that's still quite a bit short from the normal cost, so What is your trade? Perhaps you can help us there. What planet are you hoping to get to? Of course, there's cost of travel, so we have to find some way to get a return on this investment.
He looks at Higgs and he's like,
Any weaponry you have, anything you could liquidate on short notice?
he
You know,
says to
I've got-
Higgs, like, you can play me like this, Higgs.
I mean, Sick is a businessman. He's got to do what businessmen do, and that's
very good
business.
sale.
I'm
very
pretty
good
skilled in perception. I'd like to take a look around this garage we're in and see if there's anything that that Randy might be holding out on us.
Okay.
You know, anything hidden, anything illicit,
His citizen
anything
card could be of great use as well.
anything valuable.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make your roll.
Is that plus my intelligence
Sure.
for perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking for specific.
I got nothing. I'm
Yeah.
too stressed out looking out.
Yeah. You like
He's
you
just in the
start
corner muttering still, we're fucked.
yeah you start casing the joint and then you hear like a raccoon knock over a can outside. So you're just like, oh shit.
Adam, I walk up to Randy. I'm like, Randy, let me speak with you a second. I put my arm around him and kind of just
Kinda
have a
lead him-
small
lead him
talk
away.
and walk off. I'll be like, guys,
Okay, so-
I'll be right back.
As you're walking away from Secure and he's like, shit, Higgs, that man's stone cold. Where'd you find him?
Well, he does what needs to be done when the time comes for doing. Look, I don't want to talk to you about this anyway. and I'm just like, so, we might not be able to get you off here, but I know someone that could get you off. And I kind of like look back over my shoulder and be like,
We are so fucked.
Miss Pick, she said she was kind of into you, and I'm just kind of like scratching my chin.
He kind of squints at you and he's like, you ain't fooling?
Randy, you've got some new verbiage in your vocabulary. I mean, I'm not fooling you. I think you might be able to, but you got to help us out. I think that probably win her over.
He nods. He's like, well, I'm a real gentleman and I'd be hard pressed to not do a good turn for
I
a
lick
lady.
my hand and like put his hair back. Like, yeah, you are fine. I think she'd be into you.
He says, well, look, a man's got to have time to court a young woman such as that. And he kind of keeps looking. Piani, you notice they both just keep looking over at
we
you.
keep looking over our shoulder.
Are there any windows in this place?
No, there are
Is
not.
Kiani attractive, Weed?
I mean, in space,
Wait,
yeah.
You know when you
because-
ask your friends if the friend is hot, and they're like, "Well, I mean, like,
yeah.
great
So
personality."
you know what
Just,
they would
you know?
answer? Well, she's cute. So
Well, like
that
you
would
said,
be it.
She's
It's
a
not
lot of
hot.
fun. She's a
not
really
like,
fun girl.
hot.
You said
a fun
she's
girl.
Pretty cute.
This is the thing is you mentioned that she's kind of exotic looking, right? That she's like Eastern European and like this guy's very like salt.
But
He's very
everything's
salt
exotic.
of space.
Yeah.
Everything's exotic.
This guy's very like a baseline like beige dude, and I mean he doesn't. Higgs, like he doesn't have a lot of like social contact, but he's like a nice guy. Like he's not being like, I'll trade you the woman for passage off world.
Like baseline Southern hick on a Taiwanese-inspired like tyrannical planet that just recently discovered something in the
He
Arctic.
doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm just saying he's not like he doesn't want to. Like he's not going to see her as like property, right? He just wants to get to know her. And if you're like, yeah, man, you could hang out, and
Can
like
I-
that's more inspiring for him.
Can Piani use perception here to figure out what the fuck they're talking about to get like the upper hand in the conversation?
You don't have to roll.
I mean, a persuasion even.
They're
Okay.
talking about you.
He's
Randy looks embarrassed. Like he's all flushed. Right? He's like blushing. And like they're not leering at you or anything, but
Okay.
you have some social currency here that you can spend.
So I'm just like looking at Randy. I'm like, Randy, what do you think, man?
Well, he says he's like, look, man, you know I want to do you a good turn. I'll help you get off this planet, but I gotta come with you. You can't leave me here.
Well, here's the deal. I'll promise you something with Miss Pick. I'll make sure that happens. Maybe that'll be, we gotta get off we gotta get off pretty quick. So maybe it'll just be a quickie, but it'll be something.
I think he looks hurt. He's like, I don't. You misunderstand me, Higgs. I just need an introduction, man. Let me work my charms.
All right. Look, you can do what you got to do, but we just got to get to our ship. And when we get to the ship, I'll talk with the crew. We'll see if we can make something happen. You know me. I'll make sure you get on that ship if I can. But I don't speak
All
for them
right,
three.
you know what? Piani's so fucking tired of hearing this terrible shit that's going on.
Well, you're nowhere near.
that,
You're just kind of.
I walk up and Piani's like leering at Wilbur, just obviously like you are a fucking idiot.
When she walks up, I'm just like, hey, Piani, you got that Facebook picture you took yesterday? I was telling him about it. But just show him the picture.
I sort of push Wilbur away and I say,
hand on face.
Randy, you get us to the spaceport safely. You come aboard all ship. You will pay the maintenance costs for the duration of our travel to your destination, and we will have a nice dinner.
He says, well, you ain't got to buy me. I mean,
You're buying, you fucking prick. Who do you think I am? I'm fucking poor as hell.
I'm behind Pick, and I'm just giving Randy like the thumbs up. I'm like,
yeah, I think he's startled when you take a turn for the aggressive, and he like puts his hands up and kind of steps back and looks at Higgs, and he's like, Higgs, man, you run with a harsh crowd.
Well,
look, all right,
we're so fucked. We are so fucked.
We all just kind of like stop talking for 1 second and look over at Kovac.
Yeah.
And just like,
he's like,
guys, we're fucked.
I figure we ain't got a few minutes before them cops show up again, and I say we get a move on. So grab that nerd and let's go.
All right, let's. We got some cargo that's got to come with. Just
okay. When you say cargo, he looks at you and he's like, "What kind of cargo, Higgs?"
Well, it's
ship parts. They're just parts for our ship. Come on,
they're ship parts.
Go.
They're in the back. They're heavy.
You gotta
we
got a blankie over them. You want this blankie? You can have it.
So it's like, all right. I got a truck out back. Y'all can pile in the back. I got papers to get me to the port. I done deliveries there last couple of days. The cops didn't follow you here. They're gonna be good. We just got to get a move on. So he leads you out the back, shuts off the breaker for the building, and you see like a grab truck, like a big like delivery truck essentially with one of those like accordion like back doors and like the cab up front. So he's gonna drive. Who's up front with him?
I'll be up front.
You can fit 3 people, like Higgs and him, and then
I
maybe
help
somebody
load
in the
the
middle.
cargo, and then I stay with the cargo, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other...
I want to get up front this time. I am freaking out, man.
Don't worry, Victor.
All right. There's a couple of other crates in the back of the truck. They have like some like shipping numbers written on spray painted on the side. Y'all pile in, and then he hits the button to close the door, and then you're in the dark, and then shutter comes down. You can just hear the grav engine humming, and then you head out into the street.
Sure. As we start driving, I'm just like, Randy, why do you own a building? How do you have that? What are you into?
He says, well, I gotta make a living somehow, and up till recently, smuggling was pretty good on this world. Lots of unrest, different government parties fighting over control, but the last few months, ever since these Defense Force folks took over, shit's gotten real rough around here.
Who are you running with these days?
He gives you the name of some contact. Maybe you've heard of them before. Some minor like smuggler. Maybe you guys have worked together before.
What's the name?
Let me grab my name list and I'll let you know.
Okay. Other than that, we just kind of drive. We just have small talk.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the woman he's working for, her name is Kalaya.
With a K, or I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, with a K. Yeah, Kalaya Bia. Kalaya Bia. Yeah, she's like a kind of like a criminal overlord type person. Just sort of small time.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like, but Kalaya, she's not doing business on Andoni anymore. Ain't nobody want to come here. Not with the blockade in place.
Okay.
So as promised, it's a tense ride for anyone in the back because it's in the dark and you keep stopping and then it's like you wait and see what happens. But yeah, you don't see any cops on the way. Maybe you hear sirens in the distance as you're leaving. But eventually you take the back route, and after a couple hours you arrive at the spaceport. So there's a lineup of trucks, much like this one, leading up to a customs, like an arch, like a big scanner arch. And Randy looks at Higgs and he's like, "You fucks got current papers?"
We are so fucked.
About
Wilbur don't.
You
can
know
you
what?
pull off this side real? I think
Hang on.
I left it with Pick.
Higgins, let me drive through the checkpoint. I'm an Andonian native. I have papers. I can get us through this.
I look back at Randy and see what he thinks of it.
Randy says, "Well, things being the way they are, natives gonna have a better chance than any of us."
I think we should let him drive. Also, I need to go talk to Pick. I believe he has my chip. It's a long story.
You know
whatever.
what, Higgins? Why don't you get in the back? You already got flagged once, so send Sicarian up here. We might need the extra muscle.
Okay.
All
You know,
right.
just to look intimidating.
Well, so here's the thing. The truck cargo compartment's shielded. Most time it stands up. The scanner's gonna read it. It's gonna get a different image of what's actually back there. As long as y'all keep quiet, we should be okay.
I can keep quiet. Believe it or not. You have my
All right.
word. I'll send Mr. S up here. I'll just pull over to the side so I can get in the back.
Okay. All right. So Victor,
swap
you
up
and
seats.
Sicarian are in the front. Everybody else is in the.
He explains
cargo?
this plan to me, by the way. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
Randy
I
gets
hold
in.
the plasma projector underneath my jacket with my other hand over the top of it, but it's under my arm.
Okay, and you've got it pointed at the back
Yeah.
door. Okay, awesome. All right, so Randy gets in and he says to Piani, he says to you, he's like, yeah, don't worry, girl. And he like pats the side of the truck. He's like, this old thing, she's seen me through plenty of checkpoints like this. We're gonna be just fine.
I'll believe it when you get us to the fucking Swan Song.
All right.
The
So
thing slams.
So Victor, you're driving up to the checkpoint. It takes a while because it's like a customs checkpoint, and eventually you pull up and get redirected to one of the big arcs, and you pull under it, and just like before when the drone like scanned you, it scans the whole vehicle from above. It's like a big like curtain of light, and then a cop comes over. He's dressed differently. This guy's not wearing like the body armor with the gun and stuff. He's wearing something closer to like a military cut, like a suit almost. He's got sunglasses on, and he walks up.
Mr. Anderson.
And no, it's all white rather than black. So
Right.
he like walks up to the side door. What are you gonna do? So you're like sitting there.
Randy's in the back, right?
Yeah, everybody's in the back, but you and Sicarian.
I turn to
Sicarian's got his
Sicarian.
weapon hidden under his coat, pointed over your lap towards
Yeah,
the door.
exactly. I turn to Sicarian and I say, I just realized I never asked Randy what the fuck is supposed to be in this truck. I just roll down the window.
Okay. All right.
You're smarter than me, friend.
Is there a problem, officer?
He says, "No. Should there be?" And kind of squints at you. He holds his hand out.
And I take out my chip and I hand it to him and I say,
Okay.
No, sir, not at all. I just noticed that it was taking a little bit longer than usual to get through the checkpoint.
We're working hard on making the process more efficient, Mr. He like scans your thing in his little hand up there. Kovacs, is it?
Yeah.
Been gone a while.
Yeah,
Hands your chip back.
I needed to get some new experiences under my belt for my job. I took a job on a research station over at ASA.
He says, "So what kind of scientist are you then?"
Oh well, I used to be into xenobiology, but that was a long time ago. These days, I'm much more into astronautics.
It's like follies of youth, right? Who hasn't been into a thing or two they regret, huh?
Yeah, that's.
And he like leans over as if he's just noticing Mr. Sicarian for the first time.
Absolutely true.
He's like, identification for your friend, please.
I hand him what I imagine is my forged one or whatever.
Okay. Can you make a luck check as he slots the chip?
Well, you're handing him. I thought you had a real one.
Do I have a real one?
Kovacs has his own like personal, like I'm actually a person from this planet chip,
I'm a
but
citizen.
Sicarian's got a fake one.
Is it just 2 6? Nailed it.
Oh no, it's isn't
No,
it a D20?
It's a D20. Yeah, this one's a save, luck save.
Let's call that a good then. No.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right.